Following program is the work of the broadcast students at the British Columbia Institute of Technology. It features news stories from around the Lower Mainland which were produced over the last week. Responsibility completely with students and their instructors.
Today on BCIT Magazine.
Downtown Eastside residents try to hold on to the only green space in their neighborhood.
An organization is helping expat Americans in Vancouver register to vote.
Big Brother fans try out for their chance to win $100,000.
Hello and welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Christy Madden.
And I'm Magna Dillon. The Vancouver School Board recently announced they are postponing the impending school closures. Nathan Hutton tells us about one of the 12 schools involved.
Vancouver's Gladstone Secondary School's future is secure, for now at least. Late last night, the Vancouver School Board announced they are putting the impending school closures on hold for the foreseeable future.
This decision means that in accordance with Vancouver School Board school closure policy, none of the 11 schools identified for consideration of closure will be closed by June 30th, 2017.
Joe Kutry, a graduate of the class of 77 at Gladstone, knows that his school might not be around that much longer.
Well, I'm sad to see that it's closing. Because, it was a good school for many years for so many people in that area, the Cedar Cottage area. But, again, it's unfortunate, but, there's not enough students to keep it open, and it's very sad.
Education Minister Mike Bernier said the schools will continue to have to wait for VSB's decision.
I think it's important to remember that the decisions around school closures, the decisions of how money is spent in the district is 100% in the hands of the elected school board.
For now, Gladstone and the other 11 schools are safe. But with the process resuming in June, there is still a chance they could be closed to start the 2017 school year. Nathan Hutton in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
We are joined now by our reporter, Coe Taylor, who has been closely following the story all week. Coe, I understand some new information has come to light regarding alleged bullying at the school board. Can you bring us up to speed on this side of the story?
Yeah, it's been a very busy week for the Vancouver School Board. Allegations of bullying by trustees has been brought forward by staff, and in response, 6 senior staff members are on sick leave, and Workplace BC has started an investigation.
Coe, what has been the response to WorkSafe BC's investigation?
Education Minister Mike Bernier has responded to the allegations. He says that he is leaving the option open to replace the board and is now extending an audit of the Vancouver School Board by 2 weeks because of the current situation. Back to you.
Downtown Eastside residents are struggling to stop the port expansion in front of Crab Park, which should turn the space into a heavy industrial zone. Our reporter Tamara Ramani shares their story.
Morgan Hughie has had a rough go in the last few years. He is here today at Crab Park, the only waterfront green space for downtown Eastside residents to relax and rest their feet.
If you're struggling, you are owned by everyone else.
Hughie is commenting on the lack of control in his life as a homeless man.
You ready?
He and other Eastsiders are grappling with the possibility of a port expansion, which would extend west in front of the park.
Park's important. I mean, there's very few green spaces in the DTSE, and this park is used by a lot of people, and a lot of people who really can use more green space.
Not only is this park a place to rest, but it's also a quiet place for locals to reflect.
And my brother text messaged me earlier. He's a foreman for tech construction named Regan. And he said, don't forget who you are.
Local MP Jenny Kwan is working hard to elevate voices like Hughie's by speaking out on the expansion.
Port Lands, frankly, belongs to the people. The people should have a say, should have a voice, and that should be counted. And we want that level of accountability. So
it just won't be the same view. There'll be much more industrial crane type view instead of the beauty of the mountains.
But project developers don't see this as a concern.
The Centrum expansion project will not touch the park itself, but extend off the existing port. And port officials say that users of the park can expect to see one more large crane, some smaller cranes, and some stacked shipping containers. But nothing will impede the view of the North Shore Mountains.
A petition to get the Port Authority to rethink their development plan has gathered over 10,000 signatures and will be presented to the port in the upcoming weeks. Tamara Rahmani in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
Out in the U.S. is known to hit close to 50%. However, it is significantly lower among Americans living abroad. Hannah Mae Nassar tells us how one group is trying to get expats in Vancouver to exercise their democratic right.
This crowd is gathered in Vancouver for one reason: to get expat Americans registered to vote against Donald Trump in the upcoming U.S. presidential election. Today's Stop Trump rally isn't the only one of its kind. Avaz, a U.S.-based civic organization, is holding similar campaigns in other cities with large clusters of American residents.
There are 8 million U.S. voters who live across the world. Many of them are clustered in countries like Canada and Mexico. We think this is an untapped voting bloc, kind of a potential swing state on its own.
In the 2012 election, there were an estimated 5 million eligible expat voters. However, only about 12% of them actually voted. If a larger number of them turn out in November, the impact could change this year's outcome.
It could have several importances, I suppose. It could potentially swing an election and have an effect. Expat voters tend to be more left-leaning, so that can make a difference.
But, based on the electoral system in the U.S., not all of these potential voters would necessarily be registered to vote in the same state. That could minimize their impact. So far, the event has received positive feedback from both Canadians and Americans abroad.
Well, no, I think they're making it really easy, to be honest, with this. So it's just, I think once when I was living abroad years ago, I did an absentee ballot, so it's pretty similar. Yeah.
My wife's been following this closely. She asked me to come, and I agree with what she wants to do. Get some Americans out to vote.
I sent my request for my voting form to California, and they're going to mail it back to me, and I'll be able to vote.
Organizers say there are close to 1 million Americans living in Canada, the largest concentration of them here in the Lower Mainland. Hannah Mae Nassar in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
After the break on BCIT Magazine, a boy is given the chance to explore a ghost town thanks to a local group.
And a Burnaby woman makes care kits for the homeless.
I chose BCIT because I know that all the programs are very hands-on. We have our own radio station. Like it's one of the best programs that I've ever heard of.
I am starting a job on Monday, so confidence is high.
Honestly, I didn't think it was going to be this fun.
A defining moment for me was when I finished my first internship and got lots of really great feedback from industry professionals.
I would have never imagined I'd be walking into the floors of TSN and thinking, I'm not a student anymore, I'm here to work.
I will be starting a job with an investigative news program in Toronto, and I'm really excited to see that grow into what will become, hopefully, my dream job.
BCIT broadcast and online journalism, putting you to work.
Let's face it, no one likes traffic, but it's something everyone living in a big city has to deal with on a regular basis. With an ever-growing city comes more vehicles on the road. As Gino Coutry tells us, some have it worse than others.
Gridlock like this has become commonplace here at Willingdon and Lougheed in North Burnaby. The intersection below the Brentwood SkyTrain station and the surrounding area has become a focal point for new housing projects. Developments that will bring an increase in population and vehicles. The Brentwood project will open 2 new towers in late 2017, housing more than 8,000 new residents. Add that to this development across the street, and the population increase is significant.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's about an 8. It's pretty dangerous and pretty just congested all the time. I never see it empty unless it's like 1 in the morning.
Construction going around here, and there's traffic jams, and it gets dangerous sometimes because sometimes people get angry, and then it's dangerous for pedestrians. So
make them wider, absolutely, instead of taking them up, which is what they are now. But make them wider, that's for sure. Instead of all these bike lanes, we need more driving lanes.
Although there is concern from local residents, the city believes the intersection moves at status quo.
But in terms of how many vehicles are anticipated to move through and how many vehicles move through the intersection at a specific time, it actually meets TAC guidelines in terms of traffic movement. So, ultimately we recognize it's going to be a high-volume intersection.
According to metrovancouver.org, 13,000 new cars have been added to Burnaby roads since 2010, and a further 10,000 in the neighboring city of Coquitlam. These are the 2 cities whose citizens use the intersection the most. Add to that the 4-phase project is projected for completion in 2034, leaving no indication that the congestion will subside. Gino Kutri in Burnaby for BCIT Magazine.
We are now joined live with our reporter Gino Kutri. Gino, has the city acknowledged that there is a traffic problem at that intersection?
Hi, Christy. The city says that the congestion is due to the construction crews on the ground. They say once the construction crews are gone, the traffic should move normally.
Has the city done anything to create a better flow of traffic in the meantime?
Yes, so right now they have a flash of green lights that run through the North Burnaby part of Lougheed to help traffic get through the intersection at a faster pace.
For many people struggling with cognitive disabilities, life can be socially isolating. As our reporter Coey Taylor found out, one Burnaby organization is hoping to change that by giving members the chance to choose from a menu of unique learning experiences.
This is Umid, and today he's getting a hair-raising tour of an old ghost town with Laura. Laura is a member of Kudos, a local organization that matches people with cognitive disabilities to volunteers who want to share their knowledge and interests.
Yeah. The way that we can kind of see how people are putting together their lives in different ways around Kudos experiences has been, it's been really great.
These experiences have been available for 2 years, inspiring many like Umit to push themselves beyond their comfort level. How do they make you feel going to the experiences? How do you feel?
I feel happy.
Yeah? Why do they make you feel happy?
Feeling bad at home good.
They're all good?
They're good.
Umit isn't the only one enjoying today's experience. His host Laura says she gets as much out of the day as he does.
All of my experiences have gone really well, and I've loved my time doing them. And as a member of the Kudos team, I think we've learned so much over the last year of actually hosting experiences and going out and doing those things.
With the fun over for the day, Umit will use his Kudos app to share his experience with other Kudoers and hosts and prepare for the next adventure that awaits.
It's been a good experience.
Bye.
Coey Taylor in Port Moody for BCIT Magazine.
It was great. Don't forget to sign out of your app, which I have on your phone.
Thank you.
Homelessness Action Week begins on October 9th. Our reporter Nicole Chu met with one Burnaby woman taking part in this Greater Vancouver initiative.
This storage locker is full with household items waiting to be packaged. Wanda Mulholland has almost filled her car with hundreds of care kits which will be given to Burnaby's homeless next week.
I want them to know that any of us can be homeless, and this is something that impacts many people, increasing numbers of people. And that putting together kits and being supportive and helping people is the bare minimum of what we can be doing. It's about making the world better.
From October 9th to 15th, events will take place all over the Greater Vancouver area for Homelessness Action Week, which educates the public on the issue and provides support for those in need during the cold winter months.
This is a week where the city has designated time to focus on homelessness. And there's a lot of issues going on in our city, in our country, and homelessness unfortunately gets pushed to the back burner. And we need more than a week, but we need to seize this opportunity to put all eyes on homelessness and to say, this is not all right, we can do better, and here's how we can do it.
Activities during this week include events for just the homeless and a few open to the public. Nicole Chu in Burnaby for BCIT Magazine.
Officials say a faulty gas line has caused a popular Abbotsford bar to erupt in flames today. Emergency responders rushed to Lou's Bar and Grill at around 6 this morning. Witnesses say crews had to wait more than a half an hour before they were able to fight the blaze. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but the delay was caused because a gas line had to be turned off for safety reasons.
It was a broken gas line from what they're telling us. Very, very good restaurant, been there for a long time. And yeah, sad for the workers and the owner.
Firefighters were seen clearing the site hours later. Neighbors say the crews managed to contain the fire but were unable to save the structure. The Abbotsford Mission Highway was closed off but is now open. Lou's Bar and Grill has been a popular Abbotsford establishment since 1991. Coming up next on BCIT Magazine, one cat won't be getting a pink slip even when new owners take over a local bookstore.
Gilmore Girl fans are transported to Luke's, the show's beloved cafe.
The most rewarding thing for me has been the relationships I developed in the program, both with instructors and classmates.
My sense of confidence has never been higher. I mean, this program has offered great opportunities to be in real world, real industry situations, and being in those moments and knowing I can contribute, I can do this.
It's exciting to be in this industry and to meet lots of great people and to make amazing friends.
BCIT Broadcast and Online Journalism, realizing your potential.
Standby graphics, ready camera one.
If you want to experience the fast-paced world of news,
Today on BCIT Magazine, striking,
make magic on a movie set,
frame,
and action, or bring your creative ideas to life, BCIT's hands-on training will get you started. BCIT Television and Video Production. Your possibilities start here.
This week on the community calendar, check out the Twilight Drive-In Theater for a fun weekend activity.
And make sure you check out their double feature. You know, it won't be long till we're on the big screen, Megan.
No, it won't.
With Halloween just around the corner, don't forget about the annual pumpkin carving contest. It's hosted at the Boogaloo Academy October 25th. And remember, only $5 to enter. I think we have a pretty good shot. Me too. And we hope you've been training for the Trail Marathon on October 29th.
Remember, it's Halloween themed, so don't forget to dress up.
What are you going to dress up as?
I think I'll be you.
This year, BCIT is offering a new workshop for stress management. We are now joined by Hannah Buhlert, Health and Wellness Coordinator for BCIT's Student Association. Thanks for joining us, Hannah. So, can you tell us a little bit about the workshop?
Yeah, for sure. So the workshop is Meditation for Stress Management, and so we've partnered with a nonprofit organization by the name of Peace Tree Society, and it's a doctor who will teach the students about the science of stress and the neuroscience of meditation, and some tools and techniques on how they can practice.
And so when will it be taking place?
The next one will be on November 29th at 5:30, and it's going to be part of our Wellness Week initiative, so there'll be lots of activities and events happening that week.
So why is it so important to have this kind of workshop at BCIT?
Well, students at BCIT are really stressed, juggling a lot in their lives, a lot of courses, and more than your average post-secondary student. And a lot of that stress can have a physical effect on their brains. So meditation is a great way to try to reduce some of those effects and to increase focus and encourage a healthy lifestyle.
So how can students sign up?
They can email me at wellness@bcitsa.ca.
Perfect. Thanks for joining us,
Yeah,
Hannah.
no problem.
A Burnaby man is ready to retire from his bookstore business. But as one reporter, Paulina Wu, found out, the new owner will not only take over the building, but also a four-legged mascot.
Companion Book, located on Gilmore and East Hastings, will be under new ownership in 2017. The bookstore was founded 12 years ago when owner Paul Kirkpatrick was fed up with a career in the corporate world. Owning a bookstore was a dream of his.
I love used bookstores. I love books. Maybe that could work. So then I spent the next 6 months doing some research and said, yeah, you can actually make money with a used bookstore.
But because it has been 12 years, Kirkpatrick wants to retire. The new owners will receive everything that comes with the store, including the books, the bookshelves, the store truck, and the store mascot. The Bookman is a chain that also has cats in their locations.
Well, cats are good marketing to begin with. So cats draw people in. Everybody wants to come in and pet the cat. Cats are also calming, and it tends to get very busy in the store, so it's good to have a cat in the store.
Buddha the cat has only been a fixture of the store since 2009, but Kirkpatrick says cats have always been part of the picture.
Don't cats always go with bookstores? Just think about all your old movies, Bell, Book and Candle, you know, and all of that. There's always a cat when there's a bookstore.
Companion Book is a place that people can go to for used and rare books. Customers can also bring in books to trade in for new titles and to spend a little bit of time with the resident cat. Paulina Wu in Burnaby for BCIT Magazine.
Drake is postponing his current tour due to a recent ankle injury. Delaying the next 3 shows will hopefully give his ankle enough time to heal. Toronto and Philadelphia are the first 2 shows to be cancelled.
A Vancouver cafe and bakery transformed itself into Luke's Cafe, a prominent feature in the hit show Gilmore Girls. Our reporter Coey Taylor spoke with employees and fans of the popular series, which is set to relaunch this November.
Hundreds of Vancouverites are anxiously waiting outside this Main Street cafe. But why? For one day only, Trafic Cafe and Bakery has transformed itself into the beloved Luke's Cafe from the long-standing series Gilmore Girls, a show that's about to make a comeback.
Yeah, we're super excited. Lorelai would never wait in a line for this coffee, that's all I have to say.
Included in the crowd is a mother and daughter duo who has put off work and school for the day to participate in the festivities.
Yeah, we're super excited because this is like our bonding thing that we do together.
Trafic staff have made special preparations for the day and are equally excited about the event.
I'm so excited. People have to wait out in the cold, but other than that, it's good.
As the lineup outside continues to grow, satisfied customers of Luke's Cafe say it was worth the wait.
I got hot chocolate because I can't drink coffee, but it's really good.
Gilmore Girls is set to return to the airways with new episodes on November 25th. Coey Taylor in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
The Kardashians are supposedly upgrading their security after Kim was robbed at gunpoint in Paris. The added help could cost up to $100,000 per day.
Big Brother Canada started its first of its 5 casting calls in Vancouver. The smaller than expected turnout of fans has caused the show to change the way fans audition. My co-anchor Christy Madden was at the casting call and talked with potential house guests.
Fans of the hit show Big Brother Canada line up for a chance to be on the show at an open casting call.
This is actually my 3rd year auditioning. It's one of my favorite games to watch. I eat, sleep, dream about Big Brother.
As the producers search for the next house guests, the smaller turnout of fans has people noticing.
Been here a couple times before. I think 3rd time's a charm for me right now, but I'm very passionate about the show. I'm a very passionate and competitive individual, but it's today wasn't as long as past years, so good thing, but City of Vancouver is going to see me. I have a feeling of it.
To bring in more fans, the show is relying on the help of video auditions.
It's tough, and definitely people have a great time here at the casting call. They can show their personalities here. They also can show it by videotape. I mean, we take video submissions as well. Sometimes it's more comfortable for them to show that side when they're putting together a video, you know, at their home. They're more comfortable. Sometimes people freeze up here.
The show has a reputation for having entertaining personalities, and this season they are wanting more.
From great personalities, from people who are super sweet, you know, Canadian sweethearts, villain type personalities. I mean, really anybody who's really willing to play hard, has a good strategy, wants to go in and win this game.
Despite the small turnout, the producers are hoping the competitiveness of the house guests will keep Canada entertained for years to come.
The winner?
I'm Christy Madden in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine. Orange is the New Black star Samira Wiley and show writer Lauren Morelli are engaged. The pair recently posted a picture of Wiley's new diamond ring on their Instagram accounts.
The Granville Island Turkey Trot Run returns to performance works for the 19th consecutive year. This 10-kilometer run around the seawall will help burn off all that Thanksgiving dinner.
The Whitecaps recently signed 15-year-old Alfonso Davies. He is the first player born in the 2000s to play in an MLS match. This makes him the youngest player in the league. Davies signed a first-team contract with the Whitecaps through 2018, with options for the 2019 and 2020 seasons. If you have any questions regarding the show, you can contact us at bcit-broadcast.com or bcitbroadcastnews.ca.
I'm Meghna Dillon.
And I'm Christy Madden. Thanks for tuning into this week's version of BCIT Magazine. We now leave you with footage from the Vancouver Whitecaps practice.